Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue to build decks led by the new legendary creatures from the upcoming Commander Mystery Booster set. Leading today's deck is Lyna, Veil of Vengeance. Lyna, Veil of Vengeance is a 3-mana 2/3 legendary Soltari cleric with Shadow. She says that whenever a creature we control with Shadow deals combat damage to a player, we draw a card. Additionally, we may pay 3 mana to put a Shadow counter on another creature, but we may only do this at sorcery speed. Okay, so the way I interpret her is that we want a lot of creatures with Shadow. 3 mana isn't a lot, but paying 3 mana for every single creature in our deck to give them Shadow seems expensive. Also, I wanted this to be a nice, friendly budget Bracket 2 deck. Don't worry, we will have some Bracket 4 stuff soon. I kind of want to bounce around between Brackets 2, 3, and 4, and for the most part, budget decks will be Bracket 2. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers for over 40 years. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and have never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON10 for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Real quick, before we get to our deck list, I do occasionally stream on this channel, and if you see me live, come say hi. I'll be building commander decks either for patrons or for future videos, so make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon so you get notified when I'm live. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Arcane Sanctum, Glacial Fortress, Drowned Catacomb, Isolated Chapel, Prairie Stream, Sunken Hollow, Eclipsed Steppe, Irrigated Farmland, Tainted Isle, Tainted Field, Adarkar Wastes, Underground River, Caves of Koilos, Port Town, Choked Estuary, Shine Shadow Snarl, Azorius Chancery, Dimir Aqueduct, Orzhov Basilica, Maze of Shadows, Bojuka Bog, 4 Plains, 4 Islands, and 5 Swamps. A nice, simple budget mana base. For mana ramp, we're running Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Progress, Talisman of Dominance, Talisman of Hierarchy, Azorius Signet, Dimir Signet, Orzhov Signet, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Chromatic Lantern, Wayfarer's Bauble, and Solemn Simulacrum. Lots of ways to ensure we stay ahead of the curve. Our card advantage package consists of Looter Ilkor, Shadow Mysterious Assassin, Teferi Temporal Pilgrim, Laisa Forgotten Archangel, Phyrexian Arena, Victimize, and Sun Titan. Not a lot, I know, and we do have a bit of reanimation effects to help us out, but our commander will be drawing us a ton of cards, so I'm not worried about it. If you are, you could add cards like Coastal Piracy if you want. But I wanted to focus on creatures with Shadow, so I did. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Dayuthi Voidwalker, Soltari Visionary, Dayuthi Cutthroat, Dayuthi Jackal, Voidrend, Arcane Denial, Counterspell, Negate, Generous Gift, Fracture, Swords to Plowshares, Commit Memory, and Disenchant. Lots of ways to remove annoying permanents from the battlefield and spells from the stack. Our board wipes consist of Dam, Aetherize, Washout, and Dusk Dawn. Wanted to stick with mostly one-sided wipes. The core of our deck consists of Nether Trader, Vashta Narada, Stronghold Rats, Dayuthi Horror, Dayuthi Slayer, Sultari Foot Soldier, Thalico Seer, Dayuthi Ghoul, Dayuthi Warlord, Sultari Champion, Sultari Trooper, Sultari Monk, Augur Ilvek, Dayuthi Marauder, and Stronghold Overseer. Obviously, this is our shadow package. Supporting our plan, we've also got Ominous Seas, Chasm Skulker, Nadir Kraken, Alondra Skydreamer, and the Scarab God. Most of those make extra creatures whenever we draw cards, and the Scarab God can turn our little 1/1 shadow guys into 4/4 shadow monsters. Finally, to help protect our commander, we've got Swiftfoot Boots, Lightning Greaves, Not Dead After All, Feign Death, Ashnod's Intervention, and Vorpal Sword. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 49 mana sources, split between 36 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. A little light, but we have a lot of card advantage, so it's fine. 7 pieces of card advantage, plus 29 creatures, all of whom can draw us cards thanks to our commander. Even if they don't have Shadow, Lyna can fix that. 13 pieces of interaction. 4 board wipes, 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate in Commit Memory and Bajuka Bog. No sudden I win cards, but lots of value. The Scarab God probably comes closest to a sudden I win card, but honestly, having a board full of unblockable creatures who just beat our opponents to death, while drawing us cards, should work just fine. Now, the one drawback to running a deck like this is how small our creatures are. Our deck is very low to the ground, and we won't be dealing a lot of damage. But that's okay. So, if you're looking for upgrades, I'd recommend spells and effects that make your team larger. Or at least protect them. Also, some of you are already down in the comments asking why I didn't include Reliquary Tower in a deck that draws so many cards. And the answer is, those cards are a trap. Unless your deck is specifically built for it, you will never need 12 or 20 cards in hand to win the game. Sure, it could be fun, but it isn't necessary. Also, my hope is that between our lands and our ramp, we'll be able to play a ton of spells, thus negating the need to discard anyway. Or we can happily discard our creatures and then use the Scarab God to bring them back as 4/4s. Are you building a Lyna Veil of Vengeance commander deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar Leech, Luke, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Brian Waka, Talathia, Azander, Michael John, Jotun, and Anthony. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.